Hello, everyone, and welcome. Matt Ross here with a long overdue installment for another video, and this will be a driving one. Today is Saturday, February 1st. The time is 3:25 p.m., and the temperature is 26 degrees Fahrenheit and -3 Celsius. And today I'm going to take a drive on Youngstown, Ohio's main freeway, which is Interstate 680, in addition to the Innerbelt around downtown Youngstown, which is also US 62 and Ohio 193. And so I'm going to start from Interstate 80 in Austintown, Ohio, where the beginning of 680 starts, and take it all the way to the end, just short of the Ohio Turnpike, which is Interstate 76. And I have to get off the exit before there, or else I'll be forced to head onto the Turnpike and head into Pennsylvania. So it's a little farther than where I want to go today, but still should be an interesting drive if you've not visited the area. This should take us through the heart of the Youngstown area, including the major suburbs of Austintown and Boardman, in addition to the city of Youngstown. So we're going to start right now and get going. And we are entering Interstate 80 eastbound from Route 46 in Austintown Township, which Austintown is the second largest suburb of the Youngstown area. It's a major travel interchange, trucker interchange. It also has the Hollywood Gaming and Casino and horse race track as well. And so we're just about to enter the highway, and just straight up ahead, so you can see the signs around this big hulking truck. It's Interstate 680 Youngstown is where the beginning, where I-680 begins. And so, yes, the interstate highway system, the numbering system, those not familiar, especially those in my Canadian audience, that's by design. That's 680 stemming from I-80, and the preceding number on as an even number, which is a 6, of course, which even numbered spur or freeway interstates have mean that it goes either around the central city or through it. And if it's an odd number, it's a spur where it would end in the at the city center. So there's a lot more even than odd three-digit interstates in the United States, and more even numbered than odd. More beltways around cities, and freeways go through cities but not end there. The ones that just simply end as a spur. So, but while we are officially on I-680, I think it's about 25 or so miles long, and it ends at Interstate 76, which is the Ohio Turnpike, which takes you to Pennsylvania. In a matter of about a minute or so, we should be in Youngstown proper. And yes, Meridian Road here is the line between Austintown and Youngstown. And coming up on the left, just before this bridge, is Youngstown Corporation, a limit sign. So we will be on the west side of the city of Youngstown. And we are officially in Youngstown. And this is the second take of a video. I attempted it last week. I had issues with the camera mount, as well as not missing my turn to do the beltway. And so hopefully the second time will be a charm. But here the speed limit does reduce somewhat to 50 miles per hour, because it gets a bit windy, it's a bit tight, and every now and then there's an accident here. It is dangerous if you're not careful. So yeah, it's probably about 80 kilometers per hour for my Canadian fans. It's stretch is windy and cuts through these hills here, and yeah, it's best to exercise caution here. I'm still shooting video with my trusty old iPhone 11 at 60 FPS and on 4K, so should be still a good looking video when it's done. I'm straight ahead. If you can see past the bridges, here is the downtown Youngstown skyline. You can see a little bit of it. And 422, which that takes you to Newcastle, which is in Pennsylvania. And this that beeping is ratting me out. Not crossing the line. Trying to stay within the lines here. It's not easy when you're trying to pass these cars. So yes, up here's even a better view of downtown Youngstown. As I did a walking video late last summer there, it got a pretty decent response, and I'm glad a lot of you were able to enjoy that. I'll be doing more walks around my now again hometown area of Youngstown. Yeah, very vintage skyline, as I described it before, a little more than retro. It's a very old type of skyline architecturally. And right here, we're going to briefly leave 680, where I'm going to take the loop, the Innerbelt around downtown Youngstown and past Youngstown State University. This is what I forgot to do the last time. And I'm like Rip Van Winkle coming back to the area. I've forgotten a lot, and a lot is, well, not so much changed, but I've forgotten about quite a few things. Place, which way to go and everything. And this is the way I had to remember to take. So again, I had to reshoot. I missed it again by I actually exited too soon to stay on the inner beltway here. It's not something even back when, during the time I lived here, I normally would do. So it's a mistake on my part, but we're back on track here. We're pretty much in the middle of Youngstown now. This is the Innerbelt that circles Youngstown. We have exited I-680, and we are on U.S. Route 62, Ohio Route 7, which will just turn into, I believe, U.S. 422 for a stretch. Where we're literally crossing the Mahoning Valley, which is the Valley of Mahoning River, where all the steel is made in the Youngstown area. And we're going to be quickly approaching and driving by the campus of Youngstown State University, which is my alma mater. Well, I'm threading the needle here. There we go. That portion of freeway goes to an end at Albert Street. It was supposed to continue to my town of Hubbard, but they never built it. It was proposed 60 years ago, and still the mural for my alma mater is still there. Yes, we are in Penguin Country, approaching the campus of Youngstown State. Another view of the Youngstown skyline looking west. As you have the hill here, we'll be bypassing the northern part of the campus of Youngstown State University, Wick Avenue, and we'll see the stadium, Stanbaugh Stadium, or a football stadium. YSU football. Four-time Division I AA national champions, coached by Jim Tressel, who later won a national championship for Ohio State. We won all of ours in the 90s. I think it was like 92, 93, 94, 97. I'm trying to remember. This is the tail end of my time there. We did pass the stadium. I wasn't able to get a good angle on it. I don't like to adjust when driving. I just like to drive. And the camera shoots what the camera does. A lot of the bridges in the media area are painted red. It's one of the primary colors of Youngstown State. And then we'll be heading back on track to Interstate 680 once again. We're still on that Innerbelt, the Interloop Freeway of Youngstown. I'm looking about southwest to almost due south right now. Yeah, 680 will take it to I-80, take it to either Cleveland or Akron, or 680 south will take it to I-76, which will lead you into the Pittsburgh area. And Cleveland and Pittsburgh are pretty much equidistant from each other from Youngstown. Yeah, there are Cleveland sports fans and Pittsburgh sports fans. And for most of my life, I was this odd hybrid where I was a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, still am, and a Cleveland Indians fan for baseball. It's just sometimes that's how it falls. We're getting back on 680. Which we will stay on until the end. But I thought it was just good to show that tangent. It's all part of the same freeway system here in Youngstown. It gives you a little opportunity to look at our very old skyline. You remember, it's a city that's peaked in population 60-some years ago at 160-some thousand. It's down to like 60 to 65,000 now. It is hemorrhage population. It's really a sad and startling thing. The Youngstown area pretty much holding its own. It's had some population loss itself, of course, but it's close to 600,000 if you count Trumbull, Mahoning County, and Columbiana County in Ohio, and Mercer County in western PA, which is considered to be part of the Youngstown area. I guess it's well over 500,000, close to 600,000. So it's not an area of a major city, but it's a very sizable area, enough to be a city of some size, of some significance. So now back on 680, as I mentioned. Up ahead, you'll see a lot of TV and radio towers due to the elevation, just location in the area where those channels get best received. I don't want to name all as far as I remember, because there's a lot of stations, especially like on the radio, have changed frequencies over the years due to ownership changes and that. But I do believe this one up here is still WBBW AM. It was for years. That's a radio tower. Up ahead, this real big red and white one. I'm very sure it can't be anything else but still be WFMJ TV 21, which is the NBC affiliate of the Youngstown area, Channel 21. Everything went digital was the UHF channel. It would always fascinate me that some of the supporting cables come across the freeways you can see here. These are some of the cables that keep the tower up and going across the freeway. And there you see the Mahoning Valley. That was location one of the major steel mills down there. Youngstown Sheet and Tube was in that area, which closed back in 1977, which I believe what they call Black Monday. And now you start to see some of up in the hills there. That would be one of the suburbs of Youngstown, one of the older towns, of course, called Campbell, Ohio. But we are still in the city of Youngstown. Pretty much 100 miles or so, I believe, we'll be exiting that. And this stretch will be better for filming because it's generally the smoothest. Now the freeway will widen, straighten itself out, get back up to 60, 65 miles an hour. But if you're driving through here, there are speed traps. It is patrolled, so be careful. Don't get carried away going 75 or whatever. I'm about 70 right now, so it's pretty much upper limit. That's Midlothian Boulevard, which my memory comes back to me about where things are. Just off the ramp there is location of the main plant for Schwabel's Bakery. The bread and buns you can get in most grocery stores. I don't know how far their reach is nationwide, if it's still a real regional brand or not, but it's a local favorite. We have now left Youngstown. We are officially in Boardman Township, just simply called Boardman. It is the largest suburb in the Youngstown area, probably about 35,000 people, and it is home of the major commercial areas, retail areas of Youngstown. Or as you see Route 224 exit coming up here, and that's for pretty much in Mahoning County, in Youngstown's county, you will find most of the retail establishments and restaurants and that. And Canfield and Poland are the two most affluent, smaller suburbs, smaller than Boardman, but those are the highest average household income and everything. Both very nice. I tell you, people from Boardman, Poland, and Canfield, and that axis known as 224, they kind of let you know in their own way that they believe they're sometimes better than the rest of us who live in the Youngstown area. They believe they're where it's at and everything, and it's all everything going on here, which is partially true, but they're not across the board everything, so. Yes, this is Boardman Poland Road, which as it crosses Market Street, 224 is called Boardman Canfield Road. Pretty simply named. Yeah, pretty much all the retail and restaurants you'll find in the area. I'll go as far as restaurants, but of the major retail, that's where you go shop. You don't go there, you go to Niles and 422, which is known as the Strip. Those are the two top retail areas in Youngstown. running parallel now with another major Youngstown thoroughfare called South Avenue, which is specific stretches South Avenue Extension, which is to my right, just to the west. We are southbound on Interstate 680. But we're coming up on the Western Reserve Road exit, which was, until they built another exit to the south, this was the last exit where you had to get off here on 680 unless you wanted to get on the turnpike. And now I guess you could go, okay, no, you would have to get off there to go westbound. I still believe the end of 680 is it's an eastbound only exit, so you can't go west toward Cleveland. You have to go into Pennsylvania. So yes, Route 164 is now the last exit. Constructed some time ago, in the 2000s, I believe. So that's where our ride is going to end up here. This is a quick one. This was quicker even than I thought. I have not driven this whole route continuously ever, I believe. I thought I'd make a video and see how it turned out. Put that video out there, which interests pretty much a lot of the road geeks out there. People interested in such things like myself. I guess I have to call myself one as well. That's fair enough. I wouldn't be filming driving videos like this, obviously. But yes, the signs will tell you last free exit. So other than that, then you're on the turnpike, then you're paying. So here we are, and we'll film a little after we get off. But yes, we are about at the end. Yeah, Western Reserve Road, the exit before, used to have that distinction as the last free exit until this one was built. I'm not sure what township we are and if it's Beaver Township or not. With the bridge on us in Hunting County. We are not in Boardman anymore, so we are actually to the south of Boardman. And Columbiana is a pretty nice town too, and an exurb of Youngstown. But it's nice to see this exit here being constructed, and there's a roundabout there. So I'll take us around the roundabout. I do believe it's within a mile. 680 does end from here. Again, as I mentioned several times, at Interstate 76, the Ohio Turnpike, which turns into the Pennsylvania Turnpike, which is probably only another 10 minutes until you are in Pennsylvania. And I was correct. This is Beaver Township. Yes, we are out of Boardman. Beaver Township is the township to the south of Boardman. So I believe I was going to take that, but all the way around, but wanted to get on North 626, 626 here, which takes you back to Boardman. Has some stops I'm going to have to make. But anyhow, thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. If you like this videos and want to be alerted of others and it helps this channel grow. I intend to get back out and doing things like this, especially over the winter, being in the form of driving videos like this. So I want to deliver you more content, and make this channel stronger, you can help by with the likes and subscribes and help with the little algorithm, which I'm sure that notion's been over-explained on any channel you go to. So it's no different here. So yes, Matt Ross, and once again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon.